Reaper's in the hospital. Yes. Quack, 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 whatever. But while he's gone, I don't get to hear him complain because I'm gonna talk about something completely awesome. The Real Bout Fatal Fury games. And man, oh man, I can't tell you how much I love these games. Still don't know what you're saying, but come on. Dude. I love Fatal Fury. I mean, if it's not been explained so far yet, I adore this franchise. And these games, holy crap, these games right here may be some of the finest fighting games ever made, and easily my favorite games in the Fatal Fury series. So, what are we waiting for? Roll the intro! Let's do this! The Real Bout Fatal Fury games are some of the best, most fluid, gorgeous, energetic, and overall fun fighting games ever made, and I cannot thank SNK enough for blessing the world with these wonderful, wonderful games. I mean, these games are so good, I feel like I shouldn't be here singing their praises. This would be like me, I don't know, sitting down and trying to review The Dark Knight or something. In a sea of amazing fighting games, I am stunned that people overlook the Real Bout Fatal Fury games. Yes, we all know that King of Fighters is great, amazing, and something I plan on covering later. Street Fighter's a trendsetter, Mortal Kombat's an inspiration for violent gore and anti-PC, Guilty Gear is chaotic, Samurai Showdown is precise and brutal, and Shaq Fu is really, really fun to make fun of. Look at it! Look at it! I want you to look at it and laugh! You suck! However, Real Bout Fatal Fury doesn't get much attention even nowadays, despite being some of the best fighting games ever made, and I'm going to talk about everything I love about them and why, if you consider yourself a fighting game fan, you should play them if you haven't already. So the last game that I talked about in the Fatal Fury series was Fatal Fury 3 Road to the Final Victory, and it is a great game. But Real Bout Fatal Fury 1 is a big improvement over that game, and it also remains the last canonical game in the original Fatal Fury timeline. Yes, the first game in the Real Bout series is the only one that has a canon story. Wrap your head around that. It's also an extremely straightforward story. After the events of Fatal Fury 3, Geese Howard somehow survived this entire building burning down around him, and he even acquired the scrolls from the Jin twins. I didn't mention it previously, but the scrolls have specific powers that grant holders abilities, and one of them happens to give the user immortality. Geese Howard burns all of these scrolls. I'm not even kidding. His reasoning was that he didn't want them being used against him, but my headcanon is that Geese Howard is just so overpowered he did this. Wow, a scroll that gives somebody enhanced strength, endurance, and a healing factor? Nerf. So, in his total show of dominance, Geese Howard begins yet another King of Fighters tournament, all for the sole reason of beating the crap out of anyone and everyone who questions his authority. You will respect my authority! You see, that's how you know you have a great villain. A guy who's just so beyond powerful and confident in his abilities that he literally just calls out anyone and everyone who wants to throw down just so he can remind you, you're second bananas. You don't matter. Geese is the alpha and the omega around here. But our hero, Terry's involvement, is pretty much what you would expect from him. It's like Geese is a dog whistle or something. Every time he makes a noise, Terry just pops up ready to punch him in the jaw. It's like, Geese, dude, baby. At some point in time, you gotta realize that this ponytail-having, trucker cap-wearing mountain of muscle has your number. Just take the L already. So that's really the gist of it. I mean, anyone other than Geese, Terry, and Andy doesn't really have much impact on anything because those three guys are the only ones that really matter. Everyone else is just kind of along for the ride. I know some people might be a little disappointed in me for not going over anyone else's ending other than Terry's, but we gotta know who the star of the show is, okay? You see, he has a literal star on his back, so that's a pun, and I got you with it. I'm just filling out time here because you're not going to believe how this ends. Terry and Geese have one more climactic showdown on top of Geese Howard's tower, and... he is dead. That's not a joke. In the Fatal Fury canon, Geese is 100% dead. This isn't a bait and switch either. SNK has stuck to this being his ending since 1995 and have made no attempts to retcon him into being alive again. Nay, they double down on it because the most recent canonical game in the Fatal Fury timeline is Garou Mark of the Wolves, where it's well established that Geese did not survive this fall. It also wasn't mentioned at all in Bariki 1, but I don't have a copy of that. And no one else does either. I mean, speaking of Garou Mark of the Wolves, though, check it out. It's a young, very young Rock Howard whom Terry has decided to raise in place of Geese. I mean, like how Terry kinda sorta adopted Jin Chanshu in the ending of Fatal Fury 3? Or did we kinda forget that? Whatever, it's consistent with Terry's character. So after that ending, you're probably asking yourself right now, why is only one game in the Real Bout series canon when there are 3 of them? Well, it's actually pretty simple. So the other 2 games exist because SNK just kind of said to themselves, what if we tinkered a bit? Real Bout 1 is really, really fun to play. I cannot stress this enough. If you've never had a chance to play the Real Bout games until now, or are just getting into SNK titles, or even fighting games in general, then this game and the other 2 games following it are my recommendations. The Real Bout Fatal Fury series right here is your 2D fighting game Bible. Now here's the point where SNK just kind of said, forget story, let's just have our guys beat each other up. Which is kind of interesting considering that SNK has always been really high on their storytelling. But hey, when you know how to make a good game, sometimes you just want to have some fun. So we're not really going to talk about Real Bout Fatal Fury Special, my god, what a title, and instead talk about why this game is freaking awesome! The special moves, the combos, the graphics, the music, the fluidity, the controls, holy jumping, power guys, and crack shooting, Busta Wolves, I love this game! Like, there's just no way I can properly articulate just how much I love how this game feels and controls, so I'm just going to say it again. Play this game, or I will hunt you down. I mean, just listen to that announcer.
Congratulations. Well done. Swept blood. Came a long way. Now kick back, champ, till we meet again.
It's so inviting. Like, it's hard to get frustrated with this game because of how chill and fun it is to play. Plus, yay, dat English. So the final boss of Real Bout Fatal Fury Special is Wolfgang Krauser. Sit down, you big mustachioed honky! Also, that Terry Bogard ending just might be my all-time favorite. Okay, time to potty!
Yeah, where are you taking me?
That's my little secret. I really hate those 2 people. See, you know exactly where they're going. And they told Joe he can't watch. So before we move on to our final installment, I suppose I should mention, at least something that Special does wrong. And it pains me to say this, but if you play this game and pick Han Fu, just be warned, he's broken! Like, holy crap, that is an easy combo to pull off. It's fast, hits hard, does cross-up damage, and good luck against that move. Recommendation: if you have some Real Bout Special tournament or at a convention or something and someone says they main Han Fu, just, pick them up and throw them out a window. Call it a combo breaker, the cops will understand. And now onwards to the last entry in this excellent fighting game trilogy, Real Bout Fatal Fury 2, and honestly, I think Real Bout 2 is my least favorite of the series. I mean, it does kind of slow things down back to how it was in Real Bout 1, and while that game plays great, I just prefer the more speedy and fluid controls of Real Bout Special. Now, not to say that Real Bout 2 is a bad game, in fact, I also think it's the best looking game of the series. It's crisp, and it really nails down the anime fighter look, plus it has a lot of bright colors popping out, so it's a fantastic looking game. However, where Real Bout 2 gets the most ire from me is,
Okay, I'll admit it. This one kinda got me a little salty.
It was against Billy Kane, of all people, too. I know it's probably SNK boss syndrome stepping in again, but I tried for way too long to beat this guy fairly without any of the post-match debuffs you can hit him with for a rematch. And I think this layer of difficulty, as well as it being slowed down to how Real Bout 1 was, is kind of why I prefer the other two. Real Bout 1 and Real Bout Special have this energy and a fun factor about them that I feel Real Bout 2 is lacking ever so slightly. Losing a round or two in Special just make me go, "Aw, that's a bummer, but let's go again, I'm having fun." But in Real Bout 2, it's like, "Not the 15th time around, you cheap stick-wielding Brit!" I mean, look at this move. Just look at it. You can't hit him with something to cancel out that ridiculously damaging move? I mean, again, it's probably SNK boss syndrome. It just has to be, because I refuse to believe that SNK saw that move and went, yep, that's balance. That's good. I approve. Oh, and before you say, what about Hanfu? Well, here's how I know that this is ridiculous. Because they actually balanced Hanfu. That ridiculous combo is nowhere near as powerful in this game as it was in Special. But my saltiness aside, Real Bout 2 is a great game. And if that is your favorite game, I totally get it. But I mean, Special is still going to always be my go-to when I decide to play a classic Fatal Fury game. But honestly, one reason to play Real Bout 2 is because there's one character whom has never appeared in any other SNK game since. It's this Native American boxer named Rick Stroud. This guy is cool, he has a great design, a great color balance, fun moveset, and he howls to the wind! He's one of the newcomers in the title Real Bout Fatal Fury 2, the newcomer, so I think SNK at some point in time was big on him, but we never saw him again. This is his one and only appearance in a video game, a non-canon Fatal Fury game. And you want to know how forgotten he really is? They basically recycled his moveset for King of Fighters regular Vanessa, who is a great character, but I honestly wish they would give Rick some other chance to shine sometime. I mean, maybe they could have Rick and Vanessa not share a moveset per se, but make them have some kind of boxing team with Nelson, or bring back Heavy D or something. I don't know, that'd be kind of interesting, a full-blown punchy team. I mean, they put Li Zhang-Fei into a King of Fighters game, so I don't see why it'd be out of the question. I mean, at least give him a shot in King of Fighters All-Star. Okay, so Real Bout 2 would be the last game I talk about in the series. However, there is one more game in the Real Bout series. The game is called Real Bout Garou Densetsu Special Dominated Mind. As if these titles couldn't get any more ridiculous.
Okay, so full disclosure, I haven't played it. You see, this version of the game is actually kind of hard to get a hold of in the States because it's never been released in North America.
But I will say the anime intro looks amazing.
I'd be happy to cover it someday if I'm able to get my hands on it, but honestly, I really wouldn't expect that to be anytime soon. But hey, with the conclusion of Real Bout 1, we can safely say that Geese Howard is officially dead. I mean, until he reappears in the King of Fighters timeline where he's not. What? Oh, okay. See, I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. You're unhappy because there's not a dead geese. Well, I mean, he's not really a goose, nor is he an amalgamation of geese. I mean, it just happens to be his name. Guilt by association? Well, hey, maybe this'll cheer you up. The game has Duck King. I mean, just like how Geese isn't actually Geese, he's not really a duck either, but good enough? Yeah, this is by far the weirdest interaction we've had so far, but hey, at least Reaper's not back. Hey, Hey, Rumi, how was your hospital stay?
Oh, it was great. See, I only got shot in the head, so the bullet completely missed my brain.
I'd say I'd be surprised, but I'm a terrible liar.
Anyway, I made a friend while I was there.
How the heck do you make friends?
With my charming personality.
Yeah, okay.
Would you like to meet him?
Sure, he can't be any weirder than you. Nope, 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 nope.
Is he mad? Please don't shoot me again. Suck it.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. This video has been a long time coming, but it was my first Patreon reward, and now I'm ready to update it to the next reward. I'm really excited to finally be doing at least somewhat regular videos again, and I'm having a blast doing it. So if you like what I'm doing so far, please give me a like at the bottom. Let me know what you thought of the video, hit that share button, or maybe go that extra mile and support me on Patreon. I do have a new tier list of Patreons, so please check those out. Really helps me stay regularly uploading. I'll see you all very soon. Take it easy. Also, Geese Howard sympathizers, get out!